Mike Jones Beats.
BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? I hope everybody had a beautiful day today. We have a couple of things that we need to talk about. Okay, so first, I'm just gonna say what it is that we're gonna discuss. Then we're gonna bullshit for a second. We're gonna call out the drops from this morning, do roll call, and then get to it. Right? That's the way we do these things. We're going to talk about these 45 years that the government has decided to give to Arab. We're also going to discuss NBA YoungBoy's case is actually coming up, and they set the court date, I believe, is for June. So these are the things that we're going to discuss. It doesn't obviously. A lot of people are upset over here in these 45 years that Arab just got. But you want to know who should be more upset than anybody? Who should be more concerned? Pardon me. Every single rapper in the game that does gangster music. Every single last one of them should be upset. I'm going to explain that why. A little bit later in the show. Give me a minute. We're going to get to that. Let's do drops real quick, then do roll call. But basically, every last rapper in the game should be upset. They should be concerned. They should be 100% concerned about this time that Arab just got. And when I explain to you why they should be concerned, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be people in the comment section that's just going to disagree with me for the hell of it, because that's what people do. But when I explain why they should be concerned, I'm going to need for you rappers out there that do gangster music that might come across this content to protect yourselves, to try to be as smart about these things as possible. With that being said, let's call these drops real quick. Obviously, we don't call the denominations anymore. We just call the people who actually did the drop. Shout out to Mark Castillo. Shout out to Dirty Red. Shout out to Dog Soldier. Definitely appreciate you guys. Shout out to Mega Bills. Shout out to Nina Morales. Definitely appreciate you guys. You guys are all the best. I appreciate you when you like, comment, subscribe, and I definitely appreciate the people that pull up into the chat. But the best thing you can literally do for the channel has nothing to do with money. Is sharing the content. It's literally the best thing that you can do for the channel. Period. With that being said, let's do roll call real quick and then let's get to the show. What up, Don Philly? He said 45. Damn, that's a lot of time, man. I'm gonna do a breakdown. I'm gonna do a breakdown, obviously, and you're gonna be able to get a better understanding of what their accusations are, or what he was found guilty of, should I say? Because he's found guilty of this at this point. I don't know if we could say anything's an accusation. What up, E. Simmons? How you doing? This is BBN Jack Frio. Salute. What up, Trump Esquire? How you doing? Rule. Don't nobody see them dots. Jones. It's a salute, BBN family. Frost. Who else we got up in here real quick? What up, Shells Price? How you doing tonight, Shells? Salute. What up, Net Stars Alive? Net Stars. We're still doing the sports thing. I know what I might need you to do. I might need you to do a thing, but like I said, we got to find a couple more people to be involved in it first. This needs to be a thing where it's not just me and you speaking. This needs to be a thing that we need to put together, and we got to workshop. So we need to get 2 more people at minimum, and we need to workshop this bitch. Part of my language. This project. What up, Young Earl? How you doing? This is Jack BBN. Salute to the chat. Who else we got up here? With Non-Bigness, Garrett Crawford. Garrett Crawford says Peace Frost and the BBN family. We got Takashi69 up here. He said, yo, what's goody? I don't know. Candy? What up, James S? All you see is smoking feet. What up, Mark Hernandez? Before we actually get to the show, there's a couple of things that I want to say real quick. I want to make sure that what up, Queen Shy? How you doing this evening? She says, good evening, Frost, BBN fam. Let's have a great show. Hit that like button on the way in. Nobody hits the like button. I mean, I really, like, this is just a problem that we've had on this show since this show existed. We'll have shows where people come in and hit the like button, but generally speaking, it's like no one wants to ever hit the like button on this show. I don't understand it. Y'all guys come in. I don't know. Anyway, there's nothing I can do about it. So it's only you could prevent forest fires. So there's nothing I can do about it. Shout out to Phil Jackson, Gorilla76. There's something I want to say real quick, and I just want to be clear on this, right? This is the best way I could say this. Listen. Some of us like to try to do the thing without asking other people for assistance. That's the way that we work. Some of us like to have control over our projects. Some of us like to fall out shit. Some of us like to have people around us that we could work with. Now, this is what I'm saying. If you're an individual that is doing a project with somebody and they're not pulling up to you yet, you should keep building on that project. So when they actually have the opportunity to come pull up on you, then it's something beneficial. I want to say one more thing also, just so we could be clear. I repost on YouTube. On IG. I know a lot of people think that I repost on IG dependent on whether I like the female or if I want to bang the girl or whatever. But no, that's not why I repost on IG for the most part. For the most part, I repost on IG because 90% of the females that I post on IG, probably 95, even higher, actually have deals with clothing companies. So when I repost them, it's good for me because I'm actually a content creator. I'm not just a regular person. So if you're posting on IG and you're upset because I'm not resharing your photos, it might be because I'm literally resharing their outfits. It's just that the women just happen to be wearing them. So I just gave out mad game, how to do IG. That should start off a lot of people on IG that might be wanting to get into it for free. And I explained for all of the people that might be upset that I'm not posting them every day or posting them at all. It's not that I'm posting the females. I'm posting the outfits. With that being said, Let's get to the show. What up, Mario, Raj, D Glass, who else ran up in here late? Thank you, Queen Shy. Nobody does this but Vix. I see you've been doing it lately, so I appreciate it. Well, I guess other people also do it. Maybe I could be missing it, just so we could be clear. That could be a me thing. With that being said, as some of you have probably already heard, ARAB has been sentenced to 45 years. Now, there's a lot going on in the ARAB case, actually, about why these 45 years he's just been sentenced to. There's quite a few other content creators that have been up on this case and speaking out on it more than I've spoken out on the case. There's a reason why I haven't been speaking out on the case. What up, Lamar Clark, Phil Jackson? There's a reason why I haven't been speaking out on this case, and that's because there's other people who have been doing such a great job. I didn't feel that it was necessary also for me to speak on it. Just to be honest with you, there were so many other people that was doing a great job, and I was focused somewhere else. And I'm only one person, so that would have just drove me thin. But now that it's over, and he's been given these 45 years, we could discuss this real quick, and we just get to two things that you rappers need to stop doing. I'm going to tell you something that got him caught up real quick. Listen. When ARAB was arrested, they had his phone. They took his phone. When they took his phone, he did what a lot of rappers do. They write their raps on their phone. When he wrote his raps on his phone, he was talking about certain situations that turned out to be real situations. One situation in particular that the courts is saying was a real situation. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying that this is what the courts deemed was something that he wrote in his paperwork, in his phone. What the court said that he wrote in his phone, and the FBI apparently tied that to an actual real murder. There was a situation that happened where somebody actually got killed, and the FBI is tying it to ARAB, but they're also pointing out that that had nothing to do with the time in which he was given. So I need for you rappers to do a couple of things for me. You rappers that don't want to go to jail, that is. Y'all need to stop rapping about actual crimes or anything close to what actual crimes is. Yep, they mad because they buying the block. That's a fact. But let's talk about the actual court case. We could stand here all day and explain why we think the feds went after him in the first place. But at the end of the day, let's discuss what was used against him in court in hopes that other people don't do the same. Because we still want the people to buy the block. Don't get me confused. We still want our family to go and our brothers and our sisters, when they get some money, to invest in the community. We don't want them to stop doing that. So we're not going to make it seem like he only got arrested because he invested in the community. He got arrested for other purposes. They just came after him because he was invested in the community. At least that's what some people might say. That's something that I would kind of agree with. Give me 1 second real quick. They arrested him for being a drug kingpin. That's basically what they're saying. He ran a drug operation. He was the head guy, or if not the head guy, one of the head guys. And you know what didn't help him out? The lyrics in his raps. Hold on, I'm even going to tell you the lyrics that they used in court specifically. I'm going to tell you the lyrics that they used in court specifically. Just so we could be... What the hell? Just so we could be clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I'm getting this from the Philly Inquirer. The Philadelphia Inquirer. That's where we're going to go to get this information, just so we could be clear. The Philadelphia Inquirer. I'm done. I'm going to go to the lyrics they used in court, because You rappers is just absolutely tying yourselves up with having to be the realest. I don't think that I think that you rappers should decide to stop wanting to be the realest. That's not the most important thing. That's all I'm saying. Is this window open? What the fuck? Yo, it's so bad. There's other things more important than being the realest. So I'm going to read this paragraph real quick. Check this out. It says, prosecutors interpreted West's lyrics. Hold on. He says, this is the lyrics. $250,000 loss, got a broke heart. And they snatched my dog, that's the worst part. One rat destroy everything you work for. I pray to God that he don't tell them who he worked for. Now, basically what had happened was the feds had raided somewhere and took 10 packs or some shit like that. Yeah. He literally wrote a rap about the raid that the feds did. What do you think was going to happen? Could somebody tell me what you think is going to happen if the feds pull up on a drug spot of yours, raid it, take all the drugs, take all the money, and then you write a rap talking about how the feds raided a spot of yours and took all the drugs and took all the money? You know what the feds is going to say? 1 + 1 is 2. Tell me where I'm wrong. The feds is going to be like, 1 + 1, 2. Tell me where I'm wrong. Also, shout out to Emmanuel. He told me I should try this water. I've been trying this water. One plus one is 2. That's what the feds is gonna do. It says there was a case against a gangster. This, just so we could be clear, they also said this isn't a case against gangster rap. Assistant U.S. Attorney Everett R. Witherson said in court Thursday, Mr. West made it clear, not just in his lyrics but in his personal media, that people should be afraid of him and his willingness to resort in violence. In one 2018 video released from FBI agents raided an OBH stash house at the One Water Street apartments in Old City West, complained that the feds took 10 of them, a reference to 10 kilograms of cocaine seized at the scene. This is what they're saying they was using as evidence. So for everybody saying that the only reason why he's in jail right now is because he was buying the block back, no, they went after him because he was buying the block back. At the end of the day, do you understand? I want to explain something. Do you understand that if you go say that you're going to go buy something for $100,000, they're going to say where you got the money from? You do know that, right? You're going to say where you got the money from. You see, the thing about rap is their money is really liquid. Like, rappers move really liquid. You do shows, you get paid cash. You do things, you get paid cash. Rap is really liquid. A lot of the things in which you do, you get paid cash. Just so we can be clear. So a lot of times your money isn't, they can't monitor your money. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to make it sound like, what up, Mickey Broadway? I don't want to make it sound like, what up, Anthony Iman? I don't want to make it sound like, man, the feds know every single cent you making, because they don't. But the problem is this. If you're spending $10,000 this month, $20,000 the next month, $30,000 the next month, $40,000 the next month, and the feds is busy looking at you like this, not going out and doing no shows, where you getting the money from? They looking at you. You ain't doing no shows. When was the last time you did a show, homie? They looking at you. Where the money coming in from? I think that a lot of these rappers should stay doing show. First of all, don't commit crimes. But I think that a lot of these rappers that might be on the fringe of illegal activity, They can't stop doing shows. They have to keep doing shows because they have to keep doing things where their money can't be necessarily tagged. Their money can't be monitored. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong. Prosecutors interpreted West's lyrics in another video to be an admission that he ordered the 2017 murder of Robert Johnson, rival Robert Johnson, who was shot multiple times on the 4000 block of Benner Street in Wisenone. I don't know how to say that. A member of West Circle's Dantes Taz Stewart pleaded guilty to the murder and later testified against him and his co-defendants. What up, Native Son? I'm gonna read that again, just in case you missed it. Prosecutors interpreted West's lyrics in another video to be an admission that he ordered the 2017 murder of rival Robert Johnson, who was shot multiple times in the 4000 block of Benner Street and Benner Street. A member of West Circle's Dantes Taz Stewart pleaded guilty of the murder and later testified against him and his co-defendants. Once again, I don't think people understand what Vlad is doing. I don't think people understand what Vlad is doing. Vlad is just the interrogation before they decide to arrest you. That's it. Shout out to Vlad. That's not a real shout out. Vlad is the interrogation before they decide to come after you. When they juggling, when they like, I don't know, should we go after that guy? Well, we busy over here. He might be able to wait. They get you on fucking Vlad. What the hell? Could we hit that like button, please? Like, could we please hit the like button? They must have flagged the video like 100 times because I didn't play anything. Can you please hit the like button? Yeah, it's not a real shout out. I wouldn't shout out Vlad for real. I don't got no beef with the dude, but I know what he's doing. I know 100% what he's doing. That's crazy. These guys literally flagged my regular video, and because nobody hit the like button, they was able to do it. Alright, fuck it. Could you do a drop? Somebody tried to do a 99-cent drop into the Cash App. I want to know if it'll work. Somebody do a 99-cent drop to the not to the Cash App, to the Super Chat. I want to know if the Super Chat worked. Super Chat might not work. I don't know if it worked. Hold on, let me blow my nose real quick. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Yo. Did these niggas just knock on the door so they could find out what room I'm in so they could try to come back later and do something to the nigga? This might not be the room y'all want to run in, though. Do what you want to do, though, homie. This might not be the room you want to run in, though. No, does the super chat work? That's what I was asking. Pardon me if I said it the wrong way. I wanted to know if the super chat worked. Shout out to Derek Devers with the $15 drop. Definitely appreciate you, my brother. For whatever. I'm gonna tell you why he says that in a minute. Shout out to JAS with the $1 drop. Except for blessings. Definitely appreciate you. I wanted to know, did the super chat work? Did anybody try to use the super chat? I'm curious. And shout out to Native Son with the 757 drop. It works. Thank you, James S. Appreciate you. Shout out to James S with the $5 drop. Clint Eastwood eyes. No comment. All right. Because they flagged the video, and I got an alert about a thing, so I was wondering if it would work, but you could have just did 99 cents. I appreciate you. With that being said, let's get to the show. I mean, they still got to get all the way through the door. I can get to my shit before they get through the door. It's not that big of a deal. With that being said, I think that this is one of the most important things that we gotta like really take away from this whole AR-Rab situation. Just so we could be clear, this is the most important thing that we need to take away from this AR-Rab situation. You can't talk about doing anything like buying the block until you got all clean money, homie. See, AR-Rab money wasn't all clean. That was the problem. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen if Jay-Z was trying to do the things Jay-Z was doing, but he still had some drug money tied into what he was doing? What you think was going to happen? You think Jay-Z would be where he at right now? Jay-Z be talking some super gangster shit. But he don't be talking super gangster shit that could get him indicted. That's another thing people need to stop doing. Stop being so savage. Why is it always about savagery to such a level? You feel me? I want to point out one more thing real quick. And then I do want to talk about the Vlad TV thing. So give me a second. But I want to point out one more thing regarding not just the Vlad TV aspect of what happened. I mean, pardon me. Not just about the aspect of what's happening was revolving around AR-Rab's the murder, because basically, just so we could be clear, they had the individual. What up, BQ Mommy? Everybody say what's up to my sister-in-law. Just so we could be clear, listen. Just so we could be clear, his hitter, at least that's what I believe that they're saying, his hitter turned evidence against him and the co-defendants. You think his hitter was just saying, I killed that one guy? Nah. I didn't even need to see the trial. No, this hitter was telling everything he knew. His hitter was telling everything he knew. Taz, he was telling everything he knew. Stop being so quick to order niggas to get killed. Stop being so quick to order violence. Stop being so quick to try to get somebody up out of here. What's the object? To be a gangster or to make money? Because if it's to be a gangster, order everything you want ordered. I'm going to keep it a stack. If you are in the game because all you want to do is be a gangster and do what you got to do, it is what it is. If you in the game because all you want to do is be a gangster, you don't care how you die, you don't care how many years you do in prison, you don't care about none of that. All you care about is being a gangster. All you care about is your name ringing bells. That's it. You don't care about nothing else. If that's the case, then do what you got to do. What up, Reginald Brown? Do what you got to do. If that's the case, do what you got to do. That's all you care about. You just want to be a gangster. But if you like, yo, I want to make this bread. I want to help my family. I want to get my niggas out the hood. If your mindset is like that, then one of the things you have to do is not make the block hot. One of the things you have to do is, even sometimes if something happens that you don't like, you gotta let that shit go. And you gotta either spin the block on the nigga later on, or you just gotta let that shit go. It ain't about nothing. I was a kid, right? When I was a kid, right? And we were all kids at one point. Some of y'all still are. So I was having a conversation with somebody about a thing. I don't want to get into it. And the person, older than me, obviously, basically said to me, like, yo, like, is it really that important? Is that important to throw everything away? Because if it's not that important to throw everything away, what we're going to do is we're going to let that shit go, because it's not about nothing. It's not about nothing. It's a whole misunderstanding. It ain't even about nothing. So is we ready to throw everything away for this little misunderstanding? Is we on that type of time? We just going to throw everything away over a misunderstanding. We going to risk everything. Risk all entire futures, everything else, over a misunderstanding? I was pissed. But I'd much rather have that person talking to me rather than the person that would have told me the opposite of what he was saying. Shout out to Miss G with the $5 drop. Says, I don't know if your super chat works. Your block button still works though. I didn't block anybody today. So I haven't blocked anybody that's live yet. I hope the block button works. The fuck? I hope my block button always works. Some of y'all need to block some of those people in your lives. They dragging you down with their negative energy. Some of y'all need to block them. Shout out to world famous Peter Method with the $10 drop. He said, shout out to BBN. Can we open the saloon? This is not a day for the saloon, homie. We talking about a man that just got 45 years. This is not a day for the saloon. I'm sorry. Very happy that people like the saloon though. The saloon is dope. We need to be doing it. We'll do the saloon over the weekend. Awesome friend says Ab talk too much about a situation. Absolutely. Takashi 6ix9ine says fact. Shout out 6ix9ine. Shout out to 6ix9ine. Why not? Look, he talked way too much about the situation. I'm gonna agree with you on that. He brought them to his doorstep. Now you good, world famous. What are you talking about? You good people. I appreciate you. He brought them straight to his doorstep. That's a fact. But when they got to his doorstep, the problem is they found shit. That's the problem. A lot of rappers bring the feds to their doorsteps, homie. A lot of people brought Taz to their door. Pardon me. A lot of people brought AR. Somebody with a name that I refuse to read because it might be the individual who could eat a dick is in here. Probably ain't that person, but you will be being ignored just for having that individual's name. Know this. Phil Jackson says, laugh out loud. It's not a real shout. No, it's not a real shout out. What are you talking about? I think Phil Jackson is behind this, though. Shout out to OGK Network with the $2 drop. He says, Cass could get the same amount of time. Boom. Now you see why we're covering this today. Now you see why we're covering this today. And I have a whole different question I want to ask people. I want to ask them right now. If a street dude kill another street dude, should they get the same amount of time like if they kill a civilian? I'm just curious. If you in the streets and you a street dude, should you get the same amount of time as if you kill a civilian? If you kill a street dude? I'm curious. I want to know what you guys think about that. But check this out. Pay attention. Yeah, I never read anybody coming here with those names. I don't never read those. Never. Don't kick them, though. You ain't do nothing wrong. But I never read those names. Any person coming here with any of the names of those individuals, I don't never read their shit. I ignore them. What's up, Cherie Green? How you doing? There's a reason for that, though. I'm not being paranoid. They just trying to get me to say a name so they could go on their live and get my voice so they could act like I was talking to them. I think what first of all, I think 100% you should get more time for a civilian, but I don't know. You should get time for killing anyone, whether they was on the other side of the law or not. Period. But obviously, you should get more time if you kill a civilian, rather than if you kill somebody that meant you harm and quite possibly could have been trying to kill you also. And I think that that's the difference when we talk about a street dude killing another street dude in contrast with a street dude killing a civilian. Because when you're a street dude killing another street dude, that other person could have had an issue with you and could have been coming after you also. And that could have been the situation which led to you having to kill him. Whereas with a civilian who means you no harm whatsoever, you decide to kill them, you should 100% get extra time. That shit should double, maybe triple. And I'm saying that based on that logic that I just told you a minute ago, when I had somebody giving me some advice on the subject. And I had somebody giving me some advice on the subject. So excuse me. I hate allergies. Mickey Broadway said, yeah, but if you're in the streets. Mickey Broadway says, yeah, but if you're in the streets, it's being a gangster, hustler, drugs, whatever. Yes, but the courts don't recognize that as something that it's okay for a person to be a part of. Thank you, Queen Shah. Fucking allergies. It's not like you could fill out an application and be like, I'm a street nigga. Like, what? What are you talking about? That's what they're going to ask you. You're going to be like, you're going to fill out your application. They're going to be like, what was your previous job? I was a street nigga. Like, what? Huh? So I don't think they recognize that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's my point that I'm making. That's the point I'm making. You might be able to put that on your jump off if you going for to be like a security guard or something. If you're going to be a security guard and they like, yo, what was your other occupation? You'd be like, yo, I was just a street nigga. They might be like, hired, bang, right there, stamp. They have the whole stamp of approval, bang, hired. We need more guys like you. This location. These guys always want to fight. I love fighting. So with that being said, I just want to be clear about a couple of things real quick. Cherie Green says, also happy to see you back, Cherie Green. Haven't seen you in a while. Says, true, the courts don't care. I see that. I don't think Arab is going to be able to get an appeal that he has a witness that he actually sent to go do a murder for him. One. Two, the raps that he wrote that was literally speaking about the drug bust that the feds did is too damning. That by itself, they probably didn't need anything else. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that by itself. Listen, he has a rap that he wrote speaking about the drugs that the feds confiscated. I don't know what to tell you. That's bad. With all due respect. That's bad. That's why I keep trying to, that's one of the reasons why one of the main things I push is stop trying to be a tough guy all the time. For real, for real. Stop trying to always be a tough guy. That shit do not play out the way you want it to play out some of the time. You'd be surprised at how many times somebody called me pussy and then got their ass whooped. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at how many times somebody who I could whoop ass called me pussy and I walked away and didn't care. I learned a lesson when I was younger and I try to apply that shit. I try to apply all lessons I learned. I want to say a thing, but I think that's why some rappers get killed. Because them niggas make a rap, say the wrong thing in they rap, and then the next thing you know, they accidentally get shot somewhere. I'm going to leave that alone. I think that's why some rappers get killed, though. They say too much in a rap. Don't let that go over your head, man. Other day, DJ Academic, shout out to DJ Act. Other day, I know a lot of people don't like him, and it's not that I do or I don't like him. It's just that I understand that if not for DJ Act and the people that was in his era that started this thing right here, I wouldn't be doing it. So, I don't know what I'd be doing, but you know what I'm saying? They helped pave the way for this to be applicable, to be something that I could get involved in. So I try to give respect. So whenever you hear me talk about the dude and I be like, shout out to DJ Act, it's not because I'm like, he's a great person. It's because he actually did something that allowed for a lot of us to be able to move into He didn't get doors shut. I know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to go too far into it, because then I'd have to break down the psychology of how haters is destroying shit like this for other people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, imagine if the first couple of rap albums were terrible. We wouldn't have rap. Reginald Brown said words don't hurt but would definitely get you killed. That's a fact. OGK Network. Shout out to OGK Network with the $2 drop. He said, Frost, how much time they gonna give Cass and Rollo? Well, Cass hasn't went to trial yet. Rollo, I don't think he has either. I don't know how much time. Like, we gotta see how it shakes out. Like, with the understanding of what's going on with, just so we can be clear, with the understanding of what's going on with Casanova, a lot of the evidence they have against Casanova literally came, allegedly, came from Casanova's own phone. So we don't even know what evidence they have on Casanova. As far as Rollo was concerned, he had a shitload of weed flying in on the plane, and I believe they caught him with the weed, or they caught the weed, or whatever the case is. We're about to have a guest call in. Let me read some of these comments real quick. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had to. We're about to have a guest. I'm about to call a guest in a minute. So in a sense, words do hurt. Everybody has a mentor that look up and they did deserve props. Well, he's not my mentor. I don't know him. I'm just saying that. Okay. So I'll say it like this: if Academics would have came out and would have just been a hater channel, like if Academics would have just came out and been a hater channel, a lot of us wouldn't exist. I don't know no other way to put that. A lot of us wouldn't exist because the platform wouldn't exist the way that it currently does. Academics didn't come out and just be a hater channel. And I think that that's what a lot of people miss when they decide to make hater channels. A hater channel is not like, with the exception of like Star, he's an anomaly because he already had that whole motif going on when he was still on the air, right? So this is what I'm trying to explain. A hater channel isn't monetizable. So all of these individuals that's running around with YouTube channels that's just hater channels, those are not monetizable. They're not monetizable. You think McDonald's want to run ads on the channel that don't talk nothing about how much how they hate somebody else? Just keeping it a stack with you. All of this being hateful and talking trash about people and all of that, that's not monetizable. Now, with that being said, that's not what the gossip channels do. The gossip channels do something else. You see, because the gossip channels don't talk about one person for 3 years. The gossip channels move from one line of gossip to another line of gossip. Sometimes the gossip is negative, sometimes the gossip is positive. See, what people don't realize is if you are talking about a person and you're talking about somebody and whatever the case is, if the majority of what you're saying is negative, it's a wrap. I don't care who you're talking about. You could be talking about somebody that people hate. But hate is not monetizable. I get it. A lot of people don't understand that and don't get it. But, I mean, 4 more years, 5 more years of just making hate content, you'll get it. When you sit back and think about all of that time you wasted, that you could have been doing something because you was already doing something, but you could have been doing that thing in a different way and then get into the bag. You'll get it. Hate ain't monetizable, homie. Zippo Flame says, wait, what could his defense be if it's on your phone, Danecast? Allegedly, the information in which they're saying that they're going to use against Casanova is on his phone, just so we could be clear. Allegedly. Copy? We don't know exactly what it is. They released some excerpts of some things. We don't know what the defense is that Cass's attorney is going to use in order to go against whatever the government is saying that they have as evidence. So, one, we'd need to know what Cass's attorney is going to say. So, let's not just write Cass off right now, but it does look bad. This is without a shadow of a doubt. We can't say that. But hey, OJ looked bad too, right? Zippo Flame says, awesome friends. Wait, what did awesome friends say that Zippo Flame is saying something back to him? Okay, I don't know. Book's dangerous, something like that. If you please, it says, awesome friends. It just depends on how you go about it. I've seen people make hundreds and thousands and are out right now, regular job, and stop hustling. That's a fact. That's 100% a fact. It is depending on how you go about it. And I've seen people, it's 100% how you go about it. That's a fact. And the people that you have around you. Not for nothing. Because if you have idiots around you, what's going to happen is, y'all do understand, let me say something real quick. We're about to call the guest. Y'all do understand that a lot of people get locked up because they just have idiots around them, right? That's why a lot of people get locked up. That's why some people don't want to fuck with other people. Because they look at your team and say your team is weak. Either you got to get rid of some of those people on the weak links on your team, or I can't fuck with you. This is a fact. If you got somebody on your team that every single time there's a disagreement, they want to... I'm not going to get into it. But sometimes people just got weak teams. If you got people on your team that can't follow directions, that's a weak team. If you got people on your team that's always arguing with one another over bullshit, that's a weak team. We're supposed to be able to pull in the same direction. Tell me where I'm wrong. If we can't pull in the same direction, the team is weak. Tell me where I'm wrong. Zippo Flame says, facts. And one main thing is I be dolo. I haven't been to jail in 11 years because of this, knock on wood. I haven't been to jail because I don't commit crimes. I stay away from committing crimes. Period. I don't want to commit no crimes. Don't tell me about no crimes. I don't want to be involved in no crimes. The fuck I want with a crime for? That's me, though. If you're an individual that tries
Today
to,
was the first hearing in Young Boy's case in front.
Boom. If you're an individual that tries to come around me and I know that you knee deep in crimes, like, we good. I'm cool on you. You probably, dap it up. You probably a cool dude. Might be fun to, drink and smoke with you and shit. And you probably funny as shit. And we can hang out every now and then. But that's about as far as it could go. I'm not committing no crimes. I consider my life to be too valuable for me to be doing anything that might be causing for me to throw it away unless it's my choice. That's just me, though. That's 100% me. Unless it's my choice. Unless it's something that I'm really just sitting around thinking, you know what? Yeah. You better believe it that when you do crimes with people, sometimes they go talk about the crimes in order to make themselves, to get clout. That's a fact. Yeah, I'm not involved in no crimes. I don't want to be involved in any crimes. Period. I don't care how little it is. I don't care how big it is. I don't got time for it. How much that we just pay for the thing outright and then worry about the other shit later. I'm not doing this. I don't got time for it. You shouldn't either. We're about to call our guest Frio. We're gonna get Frio on the line. And we're gonna also move the conversation over to Quando Rondo for a little while. But we're gonna get Frio on the line and see if Frio has anything to say about this. Hold on. Yeah, we're about to call him in a second. Hold on. Yeah, so that's all I'm trying to say. Like me, I don't commit no crimes. I don't want to be involved in no crimes. I sat in jail enough. I'm not no jail dude. I ain't been in jail like, oh man, I was in there for like 3 years. No, that's not me. But I sat in jail enough to know that that's not somewhere where I want to be. I was on the island for like 3 or 4 months or some shit like that. I don't want to go back to... I damn sure don't want to go back to the island. What the fuck? Over bullshit. Zippo Flame says... Zippo Flame says, yeah, and I respect people who work daily, so I don't put them in bad situations. Won't ask for a ride if I got shit on me. And they be the ones who ask to borrow money. I'm not getting involved in nothing. I don't want to get involved in nothing. I don't want to get involved in nothing. I'm not getting nothing. 0 things. Zippo says, I did 7 days in jail my whole life because I'm a loner for the most part, but I don't tell people nothing. I don't have to. Boom. Shout out to that. 7 days in jail, better than me. I've had to borrow money before. Keep it all stacked. Keep it all stacked. It is what it is. Zippo spent 7 days in jail his whole life because he's a loner? And you're thinking he's saying too much? Shout out to you, Zippo, for only spending 7 days in jail your whole life. I'm pretty sure that there's many people in here right now that have spent more time than that in jail. I can't get him. I'm gonna still hit him. Let's see if we can get him on the chat.
Yo.
What up, my brother?
What's good then?
Chilling. Right now we actually, everybody, we got Frio, Issa Black. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, either or. Frio, Issa Black, Frio, Issa Black.
Issa Black.
I prefer Frio, Issa Black.
Frio, Issa Black. Okay. My fault, my brother. We got Frio,
No,
Issa. We got Frio, Issa Black on the line. Yo, first of all, let everybody know where they can find your music at.
Yo, holla at me on YouTube, Frio, Issa Black, Frio, space ISA, space BLAQUE. Hit me up on my verified Instagram account. That's Frio, Issa Black 44, one word. We just dropped a Frio season video. The visuals for that shit is crazy. I gotta see that, man.
Okay, so he sent me the video, but y'all know how I am about having my shit lined up, and I'm supposed to hit him up earlier and I didn't, so it's on me. It's all on me. I didn't hit him. We gonna play the video tomorrow though. We might play it during morning coffee just because.
Okay.
So good question. I got a question for you. Have you heard about the situation? So basically, Arab has just gotten 45 years.
Woo. Jesus.
Basically, what they said is that they believe him to be the head of a drug criminal organization. You gotta turn me down in the background.
Yeah, hold on.
You got somebody there that want to be able to hear what I'm saying while I'm talking to you, right? You gotta turn. You gotta. Yeah, you gotta. No, we can still hear me in the background. You gotta turn me down in the background, and you gotta put your phone on.
You good now?
Yeah, we good now. Okay, copy.
All right, cool. I got two phones, so I was trying to send a shout out to the peoples on the chat. You know what I'm saying?
So mute the damn phone. The volume don't need to work for the keys to work. What in the hell?
Guys, I got my headphones there. I got the AirPods in too. So whenever I go from one joint to the next, it automatically jump from the other one. So
Copy.
you know.
Got you.
Yeah, you know.
Nice.
All things to it, right?
All right. So one, a lot of people were talking about the interview that he did with Vlad TV. Did you see the interview he did with Vlad TV?
Yeah, I mean that's what I was gonna say too. It's like that's by his own admittance. He said his plug got out the game because some real shit happened, and then he left him the plug and everything else. So he said that himself. Self-snitching.
Yep. Do you remember if Vlad asked him to go in depth on that, or did he do it by himself? I'm
not for sure, but I don't even think Vlad even did it. I feel like people be using that as a scapegoat. Like Vlad ain't. It's so many other reputable dudes that been on there that been like, man, Vlad ain't even try to get into debt with me with this situation or didn't ask me nothing. Niggas just saying what they want to say, and then they use it. It's kind of like how they do with academics.
Okay.
Like the blogs will post something, or the rapper will post something, and then as soon as academics post it, now it's a problem.
That's
but
a fact.
If it wasn't on the internet to begin with,
he would have never talked about it.
You get what I'm saying? So niggas just be doing all that picking and choosing shit.
That's a fact, though. You ain't lying. So, so in your opinion, you're not blaming Vlad because he didn't. And just so you could be clear for everybody that's out there, I remember the interview, and Vlad didn't ask him all that shit. I think Vlad asked a pretty open question. Yeah, I think Vlad just asked him a pretty open question, and he just said, you know what? All of these things. That's what I think happened. So,
you jumped in and out. Okay, I got you.
What happened?
Nah, it sounded like you had jumped in and out.
No, sometimes I stop talking because I'm assuming that the audience is gonna laugh or applaud. So
Oh,
sometimes
okay,
I'll say a thing and then I'll be quiet. So
got it.
that's how you. If you ever was on a stage, you like, not you saying that, and I know you've been on stage. I'm talking about if you ever did comedy on the stage. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
Boom.
You gotta be that open, that silent.
Yeah, you gotta. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so wait, what do Fufu ass Vlad do to get these rappers to talk? Maybe he drug them. He 100% drug them. Them first of all, not for nothing, but AR-Rab looked extremely high during that interview. Would you say that? What do you think?
I think Nori said something before while he was like, man, I ain't fuck with that nigga, man. That nigga got me mad drunk.
Yep.
I think Nori said that shit. Remember, Nori did the interviews with him probably like 10 years ago or something like that. Probably longer. But he was like, nah, this nigga got me mad faded.
And remember,
Vlad,
he asked Vlad to come on Drink Champs, and Vlad said he'll come on Drink Champs only if he don't have to drink. And then he's like, yo, but you drink though.
Facts. And this is called Drink Champs.
Yes, and it's called, and you drink.
Right. Like, nah, nigga, you want to hit niggas with them tactics, but now you can't show me love. And I feel like that's fucked up too, because at the end of the day, like, Vlad wasn't always as big as what he is now. Like, he became this big by pure consistency.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Getting the right people and just being consistent. Like, this nigga, like, he dropped like 5-6 interviews a day.
Well,
like,
also, just so we could be clear, he has a good team. You can't do what Vlad is doing without a good team. Period.
Exactly. But I'm talking about even like, what was it, like 10, 12 years before? He got mad early interviews when he was just doing like the porno stars and he had Charlemagne and Nori. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when niggas came through and supported you when you was on your come up, like,
how you not gonna come support them? That's a fact. Everybody say shout out to Banger, my brother in the building. That's a fact.
Know what I'm saying?
That's
well, you know how they do though. You know what I'm saying? They get what they want out you and they keep it moving.
Yeah, that's some bitch ass nigga shit though.
Right. I'm saying, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, can't do nothing. All you can do is let people know what type of time he on. That's it. And So check this out. I got another question real quick. Revolving around AR-Rab. So apparently, Taz, one of AR-Rab's people that was one of his hitters, actually turned state's evidence against AR-Rab and his people. He turned state evidence against everyone. He was the hitter. He was a hitter.
Bro, on some G shit, like, not trying to be funny, but like, I'm not surprised about that. Like, I'd be more surprised when a motherfucker hold it down. I'd be more surprised when a nigga loyal at the end of the day. Like, I'd be more surprised when a nigga return the love and the favor. Like, sucker shit don't surprise me. Niggas do sucker shit every day.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Sammy the Bull was the hitter. He was the enforcer. But you know what I'm saying? When you got a nigga on the phone talking about, clip that nigga, that shit, nigga start singing a different tune. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or just depending on the situation. I'm not advocating. I'm just saying blatantly, objectively what it is. Like, I'm literally not surprised, bro.
Also, one of the things that I'm surprised people act like they don't know is one of the quickest niggas that... Now, I'm not calling nobody a snitch, but usually when you get snitched on, it's the hitter. Am I lying?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like...
They about to get all the time.
Right. The hitter is the enforcer. So he don't put in most of the work. The only nigga that the enforcer could give up that the police would be interested in is the boss.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta give up somebody higher than you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta bring ass to get ass. It's like, you can't be at the top of the totem pole. If you're at the top of the totem pole, they're just gonna dunk you. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Chapo can't get nobody else. Who you gonna give up? Unless there's some Iran-Contra shit going on again. But besides that, he finished. Like, if you at the bottom of the ladder, you can give him somebody higher than you.
Shout out to Gilly the King. Shout out to Gilly the King. You want to know why I'm saying shout out to Gilly the King?
No, why?
He was trying to tell people this last year. He said, Joe,
tell him what?
That the shooter's the lowest form. He said because that guy's life is not worth anything. You gotta hear Gilly say it. He say it way better than I say it. I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss.
It's like if you could take somebody else's life and it don't mean nothing. It's like at the end of the day, your life don't mean nothing. You could just run around be doing that shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the way Gilly said it, I don't think I could. I don't think I could form those type of words right now. But Gilly was like explaining it, and what Gilly basically said is that the hitter is like the least valuable. Like that's the dude that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not as valuable as everybody else. He's just a hitter. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for me to explain. I don't want to misquote him, and because by misquoting him, I might also be accidentally disrespecting some people that is hitters. So I don't want to misquote him.
But that's truthful though in a sense, because at the end of the day, almost anybody can shoot a gun, bro. You can give a gun to a 7-year-old kid. And he can shoot somebody. Most 9 times out of 10, a lot of niggas, like, say if your only occupation or your only position in this organization is the shooter, then 9 times out of 10, that's the only thing you can do, and that's why you're resorting to being the shooter because it don't take much. You're a button man, so all they gotta do is just send you over here. Oh yeah, get him. You really can't do nothing else. Like if you was a real get money nigga, you don't have to shoot because you got the shooters. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a thinking man, then you know what I'm saying? It's more. It's like you putting your energy more where it's needed. You get what I'm saying? Where it's like where you're more valuable at. Like anybody can shoot at the end of the day, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it makes perfectly good sense. Phil Jackson says, I just saw that clip from Gilly. Zippo Flame says, yeah, Gilly is 100% right. The shooters are disposable most of the time. The ones who bring the bag in is the most important. That's a fact.
Exactly. Because it take more brains to do that. You have to operate on a higher frequency to be able to like generate the bag, and then you feeding everybody else. It's a whole process.
Who watches Ozark? You ever watch Ozark?
Nah.
Okay, first, you need to watch Ozark. That's one. Right, it's really good. It's really fucking good. I'm about to do spoilers, by the way. So there's a point in Ozark where the main dude that gets the money, where the boss dude had to decide who he was gonna kill. The main dude that gets the money, or somebody else who was also valuable, he killed the other person. Why? Because the main dude gets to the bag. He was more valuable.
Bro, at the end of the day, everything is damn near a business. So currency controls the aspects of business. Yeah. So you're gonna, like, it's like, niggas are, all right, boom. Say if me and you did each other, right? And then we know somebody else, but then I'm telling you, like, yo, don't deal with him because there's dudes that's like, yeah, there's a loyalty line, but then there's some dudes that be like, man, I'm getting my paper. Like, whatever y'all got going on, that's between y'all. Like, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm about getting this business. Now, I feel two ways about that as far as, like, it depends on how close in the relationship between you and your man's. Like, when I'm really close to a nigga, I don't care. Money don't mean nothing. There's just certain shit you just can't pay me for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not selling my soul for no bullshit. Like, loyalty at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you my man's like that, this is your I just can't fuck with him just on the strength. But like, if it's just like some other shit and depends on the situation, if it's like, if it ain't nothing too serious, I just don't get along. Cause I'm the type of nigga, I got niggas that I don't fuck with like that, but it ain't no super street shit. It's like, I don't fuck with this nigga, but you can still do business with him.
Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. I'm not trying to cut you off, but you just said something, and I want to reflect on that for 2 seconds, right? That's one. Mm-hmm. And two, Death Curtis, stop doing spoilers in the damn chat. There's people who haven't seen Ozark. Why are you trying to tell them who the other person was, you rat bastard? Keep it to yourself. What in the hell? He's over here trying to do the spoilers. Can you stop? Me and you know. And Ozark is dope. He don't know. He got to go watch Ozark. This shit is the shit. For real. You just made a point. You said there's people you just don't fuck with. But just because you don't fuck with somebody, that don't mean you out there trying to hurt them. Mm-hmm. You still going after your win. You don't got time to be dealing with them, basically. I think that's what you were saying.
Yeah, because you know that at the end of the day, certain things just don't be worth it. The best thing you can do for a sucker is stay away from him. Because a sucker is like a nigga drowning in the pool. If you jump in that bitch and try to save him, you're going to drown too.
That's a fact. You know how I always say? Well, I used to say it more before. I'm saying it now, though. Right? Sometimes you in this moment. And you got to sometimes leave a nigga in this moment and go to the next moment. It's not that you hate this person. It's not that you want bad for this person. It's not that you want anything negative. It's just that that person is for that moment and at that time. And now you got to go to this next moment because that person don't want to come to this next moment with you, or that person is bad for your next moment. So you leave them in the past moment. That's it. You don't double back around to go get revenge on a nigga. You know what the best revenge... There's a reason why people say the best revenge is success. Because the best revenge is ignoring the bullshit and going on with your life.
And your success is going to kill them worse than what you can ever do.
My dude, we got a podcast we supposed to be starting pretty soon. We're in Philly. Shout out to Mike Jones. They've been asking me to do a podcast with them for quite some time now. I've been dragging my feet. They got to be looking like this nigga Jack. What's wrong with him? Right? So I said, you know what? It's time to go. I definitely appreciate these brothers for still leaving that door open. I definitely I appreciate them, dude, still having that door open for the kid. They fuck with me. They fuck with my talent. And I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to tell you what it is, just on some real shit. When you don't know who a person is and you treat them well and they know it's genuine. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a person is a person, but you don't know who the hell this nigga is. But you just treating him good because you a good person at heart yourself. Or her, a good person because you're just a good person at heart yourself. People remember that.
That's why they say you gotta do the right thing when nobody's looking.
Boom.
Because at the end of the day, somebody's always looking.
Boom. You don't know who watching.
But it's gotta be genuine. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just be genuine. Just be a genuine nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's my thing too. Is just like, even with like rap, I don't care what you are, a rapper, a gangster, an artist, construction worker, it don't matter. I just feel like you gotta be a real man first. Be a real nigga first. Be a real woman first.
Boom.
Then everything else is secondary, because you're gonna have character, man. Character gonna get you places that, you know what I'm saying, like money
can't take you.
Everything else can't get you.
Can't take you.
And it lasts longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be messed up, but if your face card good, your credit in the hood, or just as a man or a woman is just good, you can always be good. You can always be good. Like, you look how many people that got it, right? And then a right hand man or just somebody they cool with, they on the outside level, they be looked at as a low totem pole type dude. But this is the dude who got the bag. This is his man, because of his character. You know the type of man he is. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's the realest dude in my circle. Yeah. And this dude would be considered a bum. Yeah. In the street.
Yeah. I had no idea who Mike Jones was. He was just a person that was just in our chat that I vibe with. He fucked with the vibe. And it's so many other people that I could say the same exact thing about, is my point. That I had no idea who they were. They just pulled up to the chat one day. They started fucking with me. And then a couple of months later, I'm like, wait, what? Who? You know what I'm saying? So just...
Facts.
Yeah, just leave bullshit in the other moment. That's it. You just move on to your next moment. That's basically what you were saying.
It's that positive energy, man. You put out positivity, you get positivity.
That's a fact.
You focus on and you put out negativity, that's what you're gonna get back.
That's a fact.
We all know this. So, yeah.
It's a fact. Hold on. I think I missed something. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. With that being said, we're about to get out of here, but I want to ask you about this Quando Rondo situation. What do you think about that?
As far as what? Which one?
He came out recently. I'll get to it. My fault. He came out recently when he did the interview with Angela Yee. Mm-hmm. And in the interview with Angela Yee, he basically said that when he got ran up on by King Vaughn, he didn't even know that was King Vaughn. Do you believe that?
All right, considering everything, right? All right, boom. He said he was asleep. He could have been asleep because them niggas be on all types of drugs and shit. They be on downers. So he could have been asleep. But it's like you out of the club, why you sleep? And then niggas is headers, so it's like niggas is like, don't get me wrong, I know when you in the hood, niggas be on all types of leans and perks and they be lacking. That's how a lot of niggas get murked. But you're not in your hood. You in the A. You at a club. It's nighttime. Honestly, long story short, I think he met up with his lawyer and he prepped him as he should. You don't want to be doing no interview and you incriminating yourself.
That's a fact.
We're not with the self-snitching shit. So he probably got counsel from his lawyer before he did the interview because, mind you, the interview is what? What they call that? When you cleaning up, like publicity-wise, when you cleaning up the mess.
Oh!
It's
I know what you're saying. Keep going. When I remember it, I'll say
it. You know the term I mean. So yeah, it's like he trying to clean up that mess because at the end of the day, it's like the dude can't perform nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like he got it. It's bad because it's like the dude that he's beefing with is like he's on the higher level. So it's like you already know how that go. Like that he have more leverage over him, so he can't even perform nowhere because the police gonna shut it down. It's like, yo, this dude he's at risk. Like, somebody liable to come in here and shoot this whole venue up. Like, he's a liability. The insurance not going to cover it. So it's like, you messing with this dude bad. The only thing he can do is put out music, and then hopefully he'll make a couple dollars off the streams. But besides that, he can't make no money.
Damage control.
This is affecting his bag.
Thank you, AVD.
You feel me? This is at the end of the day, this is affecting his bottom line.
Yeah.
His bag, his money, his business. So... And then he gotta help his mans out at the same time, and and Vaughn has to look like the aggressor. Vaughn has to look like the aggressor so they can lay the self defense thing down. You get what I'm saying? So
no, I get it.
I'm pretty sure he met with his lawyer, whatever his lawyer probably told him to say. So the stuff that we probably laughing at and clowning him for is probably the shit that's gonna keep him and his man out of jail. It's gonna probably help them win the case. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice. So sometimes you gotta look like the fool in the public to win. Sometimes you gotta lose the battle to win the war.
So the question is, do you really think? Because look, this is just okay. So I think that there's a chance. I'm not saying he's telling the truth. He might be lying, but I think that there's a chance because we know that these dudes do be on drugs, and we do know that him sleeping outside in the parking lot in the car is a real thing.
Right.
I've woken up, not even been on drugs. But, woken up, been jarred out of my sleep, woken up, started walking around and been disoriented.
Right.
So, there is a chance that he was disoriented, is what I'm saying. Also,
it is a chance.
There's a
but
chance.
Like,
I'm just saying disoriented enough so that he didn't recognize King Vaughn until after he started getting hit. That's what I'm saying.
Probably, but it's like the likelihood of it is, unless you really... Now, I can't speak on the intelligence levels of rappers, but it's like, unless you're really dumb or just don't care, why would you be asleep when you gonna be outside of a club sleep? Like, I've sat outside the club before, but niggas are still on high alert because we might be looking for ops. We might be trying to catch a nigga slipping while he here.
Okay.
You sleep?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a story. You listening?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to call the person's name out because I'm not trying to, because it's some weirdos that they always trying to beef with me that I used to be cool with at one time. So there's this club called Paper Rain in New York City. It's a strip club.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm good in there, by the way. It's a club that is a club where I'm just gonna say that much. It's a club. So I went there. I was going there like I don't know, like twice a month maybe, and shooting lives in that show in Paper Rain. I was taking the show there like twice a week. They had where they had people performing, and I was coming in there, and I was I'm always trying to help out artists, so I was coming up in there, bringing the platform in there, right. So one of these times, someone comes with us. Okay. So the individual that comes with us, he likes his drink or whatever. I'm gonna leave it at that. That same night, after we pulled up, fucking freaking Nuke pulled up. Shout out to Nuke. Free Nuke. Nuke pulls up.
Okay.
That same night. Now, first of all, shout out to Nuke, Free Nuke, super humble dude when I saw him. Like super humble dude. The person I was with was starstruck. I don't know what to tell you, but super humble dude.
Right. Yeah, you know, real gangsters ain't gotta be on that rah shit. Like real. Like you ain't gotta be on that unless it's meant for that. So yeah, I feel you, sir.
So we in the club. The person I'm with, first of all, kept asking me, "Is everything okay? Are we safe?" I'm like, "Nah, we safe. Homie. It's okay." This person ends up going and drinking so much that they had to go out into the car and go to sleep. So,
all right, I know. Listen, I've been with niggas that do that shit too. That's sloppy. I don't do that type of shit, but I do know niggas who do that.
So what I'm saying is, who isn't to say that this isn't the type of situation that Quando had found himself in? Where he went out, had a little bit too much, probably wasn't even feeling well, and that's the reason why he was sleeping, and that's why it's a good chance that he probably didn't know who King Vaughn was when King Vaughn woke up.
Think about it. No, you 100% right. It's always a possibility. It's a probability of it. But it's like, I'm just thinking about the smarts of it. You got two cars. I'm pretty sure. I think it was two cars. Why you couldn't just let your mans get the go get his little drink, whatever you want, and like, yo, meet me back at the back cave.
That's a
fact.
I
ain't feeling it tonight.
That's a fact. First of all, just so we can be clear, once I'm not feeling good, I'm going home. All the rest of that shit is a dub. Once I'm not feeling well, I'm going, and I'm the driver, by the way. So once I start not feeling well, we gotta go. We ain't gonna make it home if we out here too much longer, because I'm already feeling a little bit not that good. So we going home. Period. I'm not even on that, and I don't even use drugs. Sometimes I smoke a little bit of weed, but like, you understand what I'm saying? And when I go out to that particular spot, I barely drink because I'm working. So I might buy a drink or two. You know what I'm saying? Tip the bartender or whoever, get a drink or two. But I'm not really working. I'm working. I'm not really drinking anyway. That just so we could be clear, I would be the worst. No, I would be the greatest rapper. But as far as like going out to parties and stuff like that, when you're a rapper, part of your job is going to strip clubs, right? So you shouldn't be in clubs high to the point where you're not lucid. You shouldn't be fucked up out of your mind. You shouldn't be throwing up. You shouldn't be.
That's my point.
That's crazy.
That's my point. So it's like, we can't say that didn't happen, because there is a likelihood that it did happen. But it's like, why? Like, it's like what I was saying before. It's like, also prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. I bet you he probably would have took all his back, because honestly, if it was somebody else, if it was a rapper that we revered and loved, like if this would have happened to Pac, he'd have been, you know what I'm saying? He'd have been venerated. You know what I'm saying? People would have been praising him, depending on who it is. So it's all about people like you and this, that, and the third, but it's like, it don't make no sense, because it's like, we could name a few other rappers that if this would have happened to, they would have been like, yo, my son is the top shotter, don't mess with him, bro, because it's coming from a dude that niggas don't really like, and they feeling like that, and you know, we know that, I'm not even gonna speak on it because we know the politics on with everything, but it's just a sad, unfortunate situation, and you gotta like stay clear of stuff like that. But to answer your question, there's a likelihood of it. It just don't make no sense to me. It just don't make no goddamn sense.
Also, just so, oh man, I got a whole Frio picture up here. I was supposed to have your picture up there while we was talking. I put your picture up now. I got the whole Frio picture up there. Shout out to Frio. That's Frio right there, y'all. So check this out. You looking to see if when it pop up on the screen? Frio.
Yeah.
You looking to see when it pop up on the screen?
No, I'm on it now. It ain't pop up on my end, but it's there. I know it's there.
Yeah, it's gonna pop up in a second. I just a small picture and shit. I gotta start doing that when I'm interviewing people.
Yeah, I see it now. I see it.
Yeah, I gotta start doing that when I'm interviewing people. Shout out to Frio.
Right.
So check this out. This is something I want to say, just so we can be clear, right? I 100% agree with you. If that would have been Pop, If he would have been Pac instead of who he was, people would be hugging Lil Tim. Lil Tim would have all of the letters written to the jail. Women would be trying to give him blowjobs. You say Pac. So yes, you're 100% right. I'm not arguing that point. And at the same time, I want to say this, just so we could be clear. I don't think he should get all of the hate for it, for the simple fact that he isn't the man that pulled the trigger.
But it's the other side. So it's like if one of your people's hit one of my people's, I don't care if you necessarily did it either. If you stand next to him, it's hot for you too.
No,
it's lit for you too.
No. It's definitely no. I'm not saying that aspect shouldn't be a thing. But what I'm saying is I think that when it happened, if he would have spoke about it differently than he spoke about it, the energy wouldn't be the same.
Right, but this is the problem because it's like it's contradicting things. It's like in the music, we listen to the music. It's like, yo, son got caught lacking. We mop that nigga up. Woo. This how we doing it. We laying niggas down. But then you get in the interview, and then everything is contrary to that. So that's where the disconnect is also at too, because people just like, yo, like, which one is it? You know what I'm saying? It's like it just all come off like real disingenuous. Like even when you listen to like that first clip, bro, this dude took like 45 minutes to say nothing. Only thing I heard was, "You feel me?" Like what?
No, you're 100% right. The first clip was just he wasn't saying nothing,
and it just sounded crazy. Like it sounded like somebody listening to it just like, man, this dude lying. Like, but that's what I didn't really put nothing into it. I'm just from the outside people looking at it. I can care less either way. But it's like to a lot of people, it just looked like the dude was lying. So it's a disconnect everywhere.
I'm gonna tell you what. I don't think he finish what you're gonna say.
No, that's it.
I don't think he was lying as much as I think before he was doing so much pretending. You get what I'm saying? I think before he was pretending so much. Like when it first happened and he was talking about how they wanted all the smoke, this and this and that, I think he was just getting bad advice. I think he just had some people around him that was giving him bad advice. If I would have spoke to the dude, let's say the whole shooting would have happened, he would have never spoke to nobody yet, went and spoke to nobody, talked to nobody yet. Nobody would have had his side of the story yet, and I would have got a word in with him. The first thing I would have said was, look, first thing we're going to do is we're not going to go and we're not going to talk about smoking on the pack. We're not doing that. We're not going out there. What we're going to do is we're going to say exactly what happened. Right? You didn't even know who you got ran down on. There was a fight ensued. Your man got out the whip. Your man shot him. That's factually what happened, right?
Okay.
So we don't need to know what your emotions are involved in this. We still got to sell records.
Right.
So we don't know what your emotion. We don't need to know what your emotions is. At the end of the day, right now, King Von is supremely loved in hip hop. When he was really loved, especially at the time of when the situation happened. So we're not going out there and we're not trying to make King Von's fans our enemies.
Exactly. Because the dude was dope. He was nice.
Yeah. Rest in peace to King Von. That's a fact. It's too bad that we lost him when we did. I'm pretty sure that he had not just a lot of music left in him, but he looked like a pretty humble guy. He looked like good energy or some real shit. And this is a lot of thing a lot of y'all niggas don't know, because a lot of y'all niggas don't know like real dudes in the game. But a lot of these guys out here that have been in the streets, in the trenches, and did some real dirty, effed up shit, a lot of these dudes really do got good energy because they actually learned. You know, some of these dudes got good energy because they learned from their mistakes and they would do things different if having the opportunity. Because, just so we could be clear, King Von didn't run up on him with a hammer. King Von ran up on him with hands.
But this is the thing though, bro. So think about it. If I'm more conscious of a person that I know, like, yo, I already know how this dude giving it up. He give it up like we give it up. We ain't scared, but he give it up the way we give it up. We not gonna take no chances. That's any nigga hood mentality. You know what I'm saying? You in the trenches and you in the field. So it's like you ain't trying to take no chances. We already know. Like the dude talking about, you know what I'm saying, he done laid few dudes down, this and third. Like his reputation precedes him. His reputation speaks for itself. So they probably Tim and them niggas probably just thinking like, yo, we already know how you giving up. We ain't taking no chances. We came here together. We came alive. We gotta
go home. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. You ain't lying.
Right. So that's their mentality. So it's like it don't even matter if a dude if I be from the shooter, like we might as well just I'm just speaking like me and just any person, any regular nigga situation, whether in another city, another hood. If you beat from the shooter, you 9 times out of 10 you just gonna skip the bullshit. We gonna skip the hands.
We got it exactly.
At the end of the day, it's just gonna in there, and it's just gonna get there anyway. So we might as well just get straight to it.
So now you understand what I'm saying as far as King Vaughn coming up to him with hands and not with no guns or nothing like that. It was a thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, I would have definitely told him to stay away from talking about smoking on packs, pissing on graves, disrespecting the dead. Disrespecting the dead is never cool. I'm not on that type of time. Also, I don't commit crimes. So if you ever hear about a crime that somebody is saying I commit, they lying. No crimes. If you got crimes that you need committed, don't tell me about them. Also, I don't know anybody that can help you. Listen, I just throw all of these disclaimers out immediately. I don't want to be parts of no crimes. There's this thing called freedom. I like it.
Exactly. I'm the same way. I'm retired. I'm dead.
You don't never know. Look, I'm gonna let you know right now. This is the shit that killed me, right? Everybody is mad, and Tekashi 6ix9ine should not have snitched. Let's just be clear on this. This is not me trying to defend snitching. But people are always talking about how mad they are at Tekashi for snitching because Tekashi wasn't really in the game. He was a fake gangster. How you mad at a fake gangster for snitching, but not mad at a real gangster for snitching? How and where how does that work? Anyway, I don't even want to get into that conversation. But I'm just saying, that shit don't make sense. So you mad at the nigga who you say is a fake nigga for doing some shit you consider to be fake nigga shit. But the dude who's supposed to be a real nigga, you not mad at him for doing shit that's supposed to be fake nigga shit. I need this explained to me. That don't make sense.
It's the likability. What I was telling you about, it's the likability. People pick and choose all the time.
It's a fact.
So it's like I was saying, like look at the like RP Banger and like that whole mess, because that was senseless too. You know what I'm saying? But look at Trey Ave. If that was somebody else, they would have praised like, yo, he did X, Y, and Z. Woo, 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 woo. He would have got praised. If that was RP, he would have got praised.
First of all,
about people don't like Trey Ave.
I don't know why either. I've met Trey Ave in real life. He cool as shit. I don't know why people don't like him. What happened?
He seemed like he cool, but you know he got that 90s mentality. He got that.
That's probably why Bob would.
That nostalgic. He got that nostalgic 50 shit going on. Like that's how he came in. So it's like we in a different era now. You know what I'm saying? He was coming at like, oh, these is weirdo rappers, and he just rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And then really when he did that, I'm gonna tell you what really did it though. I feel like when he was dissing what's the dude, the pro some badass Joey Badass. When he dissed him and he dissed his man about committing suicide, that's what did it. That's what put a bad taste in almost everybody's mouth. So then everything after that is like nobody ain't got no sympathy for you, nothing. You get what I'm saying? That was the turning point of his career. I feel like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just
we're not
like,
doing that. We're not doing that.
Like when people die, you smoking on packs or whatever. That was the equivalent of that. Like that just put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. I feel like when he did that.
Yeah, we're not making fun of nobody that commits suicide. We're not doing that. Shout out to Fab. Right. Shout out to Fab with the $10 drop. He says salute the BBN, salute my brother. Boom, let's go. Yo, look, check this out real quick. I just want to say this. This dude got shot. You're right. If he was a different person, he would be getting praised. He got shot in both his legs. First, then he wrestled the gun away from the shooter. And he got shot in both of his legs.
He took the gun and got lit. I'm not advocating what he did. I'm just speaking objectively again. But he did some real heroic, for lack of a better term, gangster shit. Quote unquote gangster shit. Like this is the shit that niggas love. This is the shit niggas never love. This is the shit niggas love, and he did it.
That's a fact.
And he's the bad guy.
That's a fact.
Like I said, if he was likable, if that was anybody else, bro, if that was T.I., if that was anybody else, if that was Mano, if that was anybody else that was liked and respected, they would have been. That
would have been it.
Jersey would have been hung up, and he would have been in the Hall of Fame.
If that was my song, we would have never heard the end of it. Shout out to my song. Just saying jokes.
So it's like. Like I said, I'm just speaking objectively.
Yeah. We love our brother Mike son. I'm just making jokes.
No, I'm just saying in general. Because I don't want to make it seem like I'm advocating or condoning anybody.
No, stop. First of all, look, for everybody that don't know, I'm going to tell you the situation the way I heard it. I heard it from a person that was literally in the room when it happened. Yes, I know everybody. So basically, this is what happened. Troy Ave and this is from what I heard. Troy Ave and Benga was already in the room. They were set to perform. Taxstone was invited by Casanova. Taxstone comes into the room where Troy Ave and Benga is. He starts popping mad shit allegedly. Popping mad shit, talking mad shit about Troy Ave, and he's flashing the gun that he has on him. Nobody else has any weapons because they took you got to get checked to come in the building. Nobody even know how Tax got the weapon in the building, right? So he talking allegedly. This is allegedly what happened. So Tax is talking mad shit, standing there. There's only one way in the room and one way out the room, right? They gotta go out the room now. Troy Ave and Benga gotta go out the room. Right? When they go out the room, nigga, Taxstone standing there huffing and puffing. Benga smacks the shit out of him. Taxstone pulls it out and hits Benga. Bang! They start wrestling over the gun. While they're wrestling over the gun, Troy Ave gets shot in both his legs. He wrestles the gun away from Taxstone. Taxstone runs. He chases after Taxstone, and that's why when you see the video, he's walking so slow because he got shot in both of his legs. I don't give a fuck what you say. That's some movie shit.
Right.
That's a fact. So you are 100% right. If that was somebody else, they would be. His fucking jersey would be up in the Hall of Fame. That's a fact. His music could be streaming like retarded.
I'm telling you.
It's a fact. You ain't lying.
It's just that he's not liked.
Yeah, people don't like Troy Ave. He a cool nigga, man. I don't know. Well, I think he a cool nigga, but I'm a New York dude, so and I'm from the '90s, so that's probably why I like him.
I mean, he give me that whole 50 vibe. So, that's the kind of shit we are. You know what I'm
That's probably why I like him. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the problem is. He's cool as shit, and he don't let people tell. And I'm gonna tell you something about Troy Ave. Shout out to Troy Ave. Dap him up. Troy Ave don't let other people talk shit about you. He gonna come find out who you are. I fuck with Troy Ave.
Right. No, like from what I see, I be watching this little he had like this little shit on his channel. It's like a reality show type of shit. I think that shit is fire. Like fuck waiting for Love and Hip Hop and these niggas to come, get you because they ain't gonna do it anyway. Just build your own shit. Like,
that's a fact.
I fuck with him because he on his boss shit. He independent. He do what he do. He talk his shit. People don't like him talking his shit. I talk my shit. I feel him because I get the same amount of hate damn near for the same type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it is what it is. You just gotta keep moving forward. He gonna be good because at the end of the day, like it wasn't his time anyway. Like we seen it wasn't his time, and then he even got shot again after that shit. It wasn't his time. So he gonna be good. He just gotta wait it out. Like I said, it's just a fucked up situation, man. Like this shit shouldn't even went that far. You know what I'm saying? But when you with this hip hop shit and this rap shit, it's just crazy because it's like no other genre don't go through this shit like this. But it's like if you rapping about or you have a certain image or whatever, and then you don't uphold that, then it's like you lose your fans. But then if you do something stupid, you get praised or whatever. But then niggas, there's gonna be a bunch of niggas like, man, this nigga stupid. He was on. So it's like you can't win. You know what I'm saying? Nothing you do, you can't win. Like you just gotta you just can't win. You just gotta avoid shit at the end of the day, I feel like, because there's just so many instances that we keep saying the same bullshit over and over and over again.
Dude, my whole thing is avoidance. I'd rather just walk away from some shit that's not important to me, right? I'd rather just walk away from some shit that's not important to me than get into some... See, okay, I'm going to tell you one thing that YouTube has showed me. I can do nothing to a nigga and they could decide to have a blood feud with me to the rest of my life. And I could have did nothing to him. So I don't really care for that type of energy. So I don't really care for bullshit. I got things I'm trying to do. You might not have things you're trying to do. You might turn me into a thing that you're doing because you don't got nothing going on in your life. So I'm not trying to get into no random arguments with people that don't make sense. I'd rather just walk away and give you the W. That's just me.
Yeah, because sometimes you gotta lose the battle to win the war.
That's a fact.
Some shit, it's just about, like, at the end of the day, you just gotta think this shit gonna be worth it in the end. Because you could, like, I feel like sometimes you can be dead ass right, but you can still be dead ass wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you might be justified in what you do, but at the end of the day, is it gonna be worth all this bullshit you gonna have to deal with after the fact? Sometimes a lot of this shit don't even be worth it. So just be like, man, let me just go ahead. Like I said, the best thing you can do with a sucker is get away from him.
That's a fact.
And just kill him with success, because that success gonna eat him up.
Yeah.
You can't dispute success. Nope. No matter how somebody got it. You can say, oh, they robbed for that, or oh, she fucked mad niggas for that, or this and that. They still successful. And at the end of the day, you want what you wish you was living that lifestyle that they living. So it's just like, and then like I said, people pick and choose all the time. There's plenty of quote unquote gangsters and people in the industry that did, you know, what people shame other people for, but nobody don't talk about it because they highly respected and they got money and they liked. They're right. So it's like it goes back down to that likability factor. People liking you.
Yeah. On top of that, Zippo Flame just said something that's on point. He said Taxstone 100% caused that situation when it didn't have to happen. Deal with it on the street, not in a nightclub with 5,000 people. That's a fact.
Especially for something that you was like invited to at the end of the day. So it's like, see, all right, boom. Like when I first came home from prison from doing my 4 years, right? In 2010, like we was going to all the parties, all the APs, all that. You know what I'm saying? After parties, all that. Every time I'm in there, we strapped up because we in the hood, this and the third. Then I started realizing, I'm like, hold up. If I gotta have a hammer to be in here to have quote unquote fun and have a good time, I don't need to be here. Because any situation that happens where I have to use this shit, it's my fault.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna, like, why am I here? Why am I partying somewhere where I gotta have a hammer on me? It don't make no sense.
You know it's a good time to me nowadays? Well, it used to be a good time to me because I'm single right now, so it's not. When I used to hang out with my ex-girlfriend and the kids, and we used to watch movies and have popcorn and sit on the couch.
Yeah, when you get older, you start realizing what's really important. When you're younger, we outside.
We outside. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. So that's just so you know where I'm at with it. Like, but yeah, I remember going to the clubs. I remember this one time we went to a club at my cousin. He be in the chat sometime. He stabbed. He had to put in some work. He did whatever for it. I could talk about it. It's over. It's over. He got caught. I don't know what to tell you.
Right.
Yeah, so I could talk about it.
You cop out when you do your time. You can speak on it.
Yeah, he got caught. All right, so we can talk about this. But so we was at a club. I had to go to work the next day. I'm like, yo, I gotta go home. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. Club was still open. About 1:30, 2 o'clock. I say, yo, I gotta go. Y'all staying? They was like, yeah, we staying. But they was like, it was a couple of them. They was all good. I had to go to work the next day, and I work for my fam. So it wasn't a situation. I work for a fam that I live with. On top of that, so it wasn't like it was. I couldn't have no excuse. It just is what it is. So they was like, they good. This isn't the first time somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand, like. Anyway, so we bounce. He get into an argument with some nigga over some bullshit. And so he just handles these niggas. I don't know what to tell you. He pulled out the knife, stabbed about 3 of them niggas up. He stabbed the dudes up so bad that he actually stabbed himself also. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You be in the chat sometime. If he want to call it out, he can call it out. I'm not gonna tell you who he is. But he was stating.
I ain't gonna hold you.
What?
I ain't gonna hold you. I like shit like that.
Yeah, this is my cousin. This is that's what I'm trying to tell you. These are the niggas I grew up with. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You from the Bronx too, right?
Yeah.
You know, Bronx niggas was crazy.
Yeah, so he stabbed the dudes up. He stabbed the dude. First of all, they won the fight. Okay, they was outnumbered. They won the fight. He stabbed the dudes up so bad that he also ended up stabbing himself up. So shout out to that shit. But you know, yeah. But that's the type of time niggas gotta be on though. You know, and that's why I'm trying to tell you. That's why we didn't care about going away by ourselves.
Right, because you know niggas gonna hold it down.
Yeah, like if we gotta do it, we gotta do it. That's why I don't. That's number one reason why if I don't have to fight, I don't. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't never know where it's gonna go to. A regular fight between me and you might turn into one of us having to go to jail for 20 years. You don't know what type of time I'm on.
Right. And you just trying to protect yourself and your life, and then now motherfuckers be sitting in the can over some bullshit.
Yeah.
Bro, my 4 years, man, I done ran into so many lifers, and I asked them all, I'm like, yo, if you could take it back, whatever, what would you, man, every last one of them niggas, like, man, I wouldn't even did that shit. Because you already know, like, out of sight, out of mind, after that first year, even before the first year, you ain't even hearing from nobody.
Nope.
I've been locked up with niggas gonna have 25 in. Niggas gonna get a piece of mail, a package, nothing. Like, it's a wrap. You get what I'm saying? So that shit don't be worth it, especially you got family and you got things you trying to do and this, that, and the third. A lot of that shit don't even be worth it. It'd be a lot of pride and ego and a bunch of other shit. You know what I'm saying? Worrying about how niggas gonna look to the public and shit, but at the end of the day, them niggas ain't gonna. It ain't gonna matter. None of that shit don't matter.
I'm gonna tell you what people don't think about when they're out here. How am I gonna live in jail? How am I gonna get money?
And unless you've been there, you ain't gonna. Cause trust me, jail is just a microcosm of the real world. It's niggas getting money. It's niggas getting that bag. But it's like that's just the product of your environment. You gotta do what you gotta do. What you gonna starve? You can't hang it up. You can't, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta live.
You can't.
You never know how you're gonna deal with a situation until you in that situation. You gotta make it work.
That's a fact. You can't go to prison and now decide, you know what, I'm done with crime. I don't know what to tell you.
Bro, even if you do, like, say if you a hitter and you a real goon in the street, right? And then you go in and you find God, or you know what I'm saying, you become Muslim, or you a born again Christian or whatever. And then you come home and like, yo, I ain't on that bullshit no more. Nigga, the niggas that you done did shit to before you left, and man, if you was going 10 years, 15, 20 years, they still want get back. I know a nigga that got murked coming out the mosque, masjid, and he was just on some other shit, and he was like, nah, he done killed somebody or shot somebody, and niggas waited for him until he came home, and he was gone for a minute. Called him coming right out the joint, murked him. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, you can change, but it's just a complex situation when it comes to the street shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gotta really know what the fuck they doing and what they getting into and what they trying to do. Because this shit ain't for the weak.
Yeah. Or people who want to be free and live. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, look, see, this is what I'm saying. I don't want to stay harping on this, but this is what I'm saying. Once you decide you want to be a street dude, then you've already conceded you might die without this shit, and you gotta be cool with that. You already gotta concede. I might go to jail maybe for 20 years to the rest of my life over this shit, and you gotta be cool with that. If you cool with these things, I don't got nothing to tell you. You are be prepared. Be prepared to get in. Be prepared to not actually have committed the crime, but then do the time. Be prepared for that. That's the shit that's gonna hurt. If you gotta go to jail for some shit that you ain't even do,
you gotta be prepared for all that shit.
Yeah.
Once you sign up, it ain't no nigga. You enlisted.
Yeah.
You active.
Yeah. You know how many dudes right now is locked up because they took the time for some other dude? Because one, they not a snitch. I'm not snitching, and I'm not condoning snitching. But I'm saying, you know how many dudes is locked up right now because they didn't snitch on a person and they know the person that did the crime? Think about that.
Yeah, that's crazy because that's a double-edged sword because it's a lot of dudes that you would take the charge for holding it down, trying to be gangster, and you won't get a letter from these niggas, you won't get a package.
Nothing.
They won't give your baby mom $20 to give your daughter Pampers, nothing. And you just threw your life away for this nigga. So it's like it's a double-edged sword because niggas think about that shit too. Niggas think about like, man, I go to jail, who gonna take care of my family? These niggas ain't gonna do nothing. Cause I already done seen how these niggas give it up. So, but that's all about you avoiding situations like that in the beginning. Because like, yo, listen, like if there's certain street dudes that like they ain't with this thing and that, but when it's time for certain shit, like nigga, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't into all that. Like you gotta know where you at. It's like know your role and play it well. If this ain't what you prepared to go all the way with, you gotta sit on the bench or you gotta get on the sidewalk.
That's a fact.
Or whatever, but. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I said, this whole street shit is a complex situation.
I was out of
and
town. Wait, keep saying what you gonna say.
Well, I was gonna say, and people only look at shit on a black and white scale. There's a whole lot of gray area.
Yeah.
But people just ignore the gray area and be like, "Well, he told." But it could be a whole situation where a nigga, you can see a nigga at the gas station. And he like, "Yo, bro, where you going? I'm going to the crib. I live on the east side. Oh, I'm going that way. Yo, can I get a ride? Yeah, come on, get a ride." Y'all get pulled over, he drop a gun and some work in the car, and he don't even want to be man enough to hold down his shit and have your ass go to jail, and then you like, yo, I'm just giving this nigga a ride, what the fuck, like, whatever, and then now, you know what I'm saying, you got a family, you go to work, this thing and third, and then nigga turn around and be calling you a snitch, because you ain't hold down his shit that you ain't have nothing to do with.
Dude.
You know what I'm saying, like, if y'all rob a bank together, that's different. But you getting somebody involved in something that ain't got nothing to do with them and you're expecting them to hold it down, I don't respect or condone that. Honestly. I'm just speaking objectively.
I ate a charge for somebody. I'm not even going to go too far into it. I was in jail for months. You know, this motherfucker sent me $10. I was in jail for months. I eventually caught bail. Just some other bullshit happened. But I ate a charge for some shit that I didn't even do. This motherfucker sent me $10. Shout out to him. I'm not mad at him or nothing like that. If I see him, it's all love. It's still love. You feel me? You know, it's a family member. I love the nigga. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It was just some bullshit that happened, and not for nothing. He couldn't have did that time. So it's probably better it was me instead of him. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Just to keep it a stack with you.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm not upset at him or nothing like that. But nigga only sent me $10. So y'all gotta understand. you get locked up and niggas out of sight, out of mind. I don't know what to tell you. It's how it is sometimes.
Exactly. Hey, that's exactly how it is. Like you think sure you don't want to get that? You think sure you don't want to get that thing scratched? You think like it's a lot of shit that go into that shit, man. You gotta worry about who your kids is. It's a lot, man. So if niggas ain't, and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like whenever you play any type of board game, say if you never played Monopoly, say if you never played Uno before, the first thing you gonna know is, all right, what's the rules? How you play this? Niggas jumping in the street and don't even know the rules.
Don't know the rules.
Niggas jumping in the street and don't even know the rules. They're not getting a rundown. Then, you know, it's a lot of older dudes that use young dudes for pawns and doges.
Boom.
They ain't putting. It's not in their best interest to really put you on the way it is, because they whole objective is probably to use you as a pawn.
Yeah.
So they need to keep you ignorant so you could hold the charge down.
Yeah.
So you could do this. You know, it's a lot. It's a complex situation with this shit. This ain't black and white. It's a lot of shit that go on with it. And a lot of niggas just don't be knowing the full extent with this shit.
That's a fact. Don't let nobody lie to you. Anyway, I'm going to let you get up out of here, my brother, because we're about to end the show.
Yo, I appreciate it. You know, holla at me. We link back. Today's Thursday. Hit me up, man. We can.
Yo, what you doing tomorrow night?
You can call me the weekend, whatever.
What you doing tomorrow night?
I'm doing whatever, my brother. Just hit me up. We lit.
That's
Yo,
what
I
it
want
is.
to say, everybody check out the Frio season video. It just dropped today. It's fire. Trust me. If you really on that shit, you really like that real hip hop, that real nostalgia with just fire bars, fire beat, fire visuals. The visual was crazy. It's on my page.
We fuck with
I might put the link in in the chat right now. Like, holla at that.
You can't put links. I
that.
have to make it so people can't put links because hold on, I might be able to put a link. But I have to make it so people can't put links because of trolls. So I gotta do it. I don't know these trolls, man. I don't know why they always. I don't know what their deal is. They need to go find a hobby though. Anyway, let me see. I got the.
I think I sent you. I think I sent it to you to your phone.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. Come on now.
Yeah, good looking. Yeah, we try to run the numbers up on that thing. And it's available on all platforms. It's on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Pandora. I'm on Instagram. It's on Instagram. It's on Facebook. If you want to put it on your story, it's everywhere. So I appreciate the love.
And I'm putting a post out on IG when we get off of here.
But I put a little clip for the video on there too.
I'll post
sure
that.
You gonna see it?
That's what I'm gonna repost. I saw it already. I already ripped it.
All right, bet. So my man.
I already ripped it. Come on, man. I ain't playing. There go the link right there. If anybody that want to go check out Frio, there go the link right there. No, I want to be able to line it up. We're gonna start playing music differently on the channel. So I need to go back to playing it the way that we played it before. In order for me to be able to do that, I have to have it before the show starts. I didn't have it before the show started today, but that's on me. I fucked up. So we're gonna probably play.
It's all good. You gonna run it back tomorrow. It's all good.
That's a fact. We're gonna most likely show it in the morning. If YouTube does not hit me for any kind of copyrights or nothing like that, we might hit a show once every show. With that being said,
I told you all my music is copywritten, so it's gonna show you the claim, but it's not gonna bother your channel as far as I know. Like that's just what YouTube do as far as YouTube ID content. Like if you made music, it'll do the same thing. It's gonna automatically do that.
Okay. You need to whitelist me. With that being said, what's the name of your project again?
I'm just dropping singles right now.
What's the name of the single?
This single's called Frio Season, but I'm about to drop a tape too. I'm gonna drop a tape soon. I just don't know when yet, but most likely it's gonna be called Frio Season also.
Send me the beat that I'm gonna be on with the idea and the concept, so I can either write something where I'm just talking, telling jokes, or maybe a bar.
Got you.
Copy.
Got you.
Holler at you later, my brother. Definitely appreciate you pulling up.
You already, my brother. It's a pleasure.
Later.
Well.
Definitely like to have Frio on. We need to have more guests. Definitely need to have more guests. Shout out to JAS. Shout out to JAS with the $1 drop. He said great effing show. James S, what's up? James S is in here. Shout out to James S. He says James S, sup? Let's go. Shout out to you. What up, Black Cuddy? Salute to the Black Spades. What up, Mark Hernandez? So now you niggas is coming up in here? Y'all waited. Oh, I wasn't reading the chat, so y'all could have been in here the whole time. Let me be quiet. I'm an idiot. Shout out to that shit. With that being said, yo, look, I love y'all. We're gonna let y'all go. This is the end of the show. It's 2 hours. You know, we like to keep it shorter than 2 hours, but we kind of overextended. We had a good guest on. I wanted to keep talking with him. I ain't want to let him go so quickly. He has a good guest. It was good communication. We need to have more guests on. With that being said, ARAB has just got 45 years. 45 years. And basically, I think that we need to look at the tragedy that this is as something a little bit different than what we usually look at these situations. The tragedy that of ARAB getting 45 years is not just that we're losing ARAB and the crimes that they're saying that he committed and whatnot, but the way in which he just got caught was because they used lyrics that he used in an actual rap to then be able to use those lyrics in court. We need to probably fight against this. We need to try to probably hold the government to a little bit higher of a standard than a rapper said some lyrics in a rap that now could be used in a court case, because rappers say lots of things. Now, the biggest issue with what he said was he said a thing that led directly or was directly able to be quantified due to a crime that was actually committed that the police investigated and then recovered, drugs from. Rappers, please stop rapping about crimes that you committed. Make a crime up out of thin air. Rap about that. Please stop committing actual crimes and then self-snitching. Because at the end of the day, once they decide they want to take you off the street, they're going to take these raps and they're going to use them. And they're going to be successful. So this is something that I have to say to all of these new rappers that's out there. All of these older rappers that's out there. Anybody that decides that hip-hop is something that they want to be a part of. I once had a person that was a part of this community. Shout out to them. This is not me trying to say anything negative about them. But they said they don't like listening to any rap unless the rapper actually lived his lyrics, and they only listen to gangster rap. The thing that I want to point out about that is, if you're a real fan of an artist, why do you want the artist to self-snitch? Also, isn't snitching bad? So we have to somehow decide that we're going to start using common sense. If snitching is bad, so is self-snitching. If self-snitching is bad, then we shouldn't be writing raps about actual crimes. You can make 3 decisions in your life. You can go left, you can go right, or you can pave your own way. Make the decision that fits the best with what you're ready to live with. If you're ready to live in prison, then do those things. If you prefer to be a free man, then don't. It's literally that simple. Casanova has a case that's coming up where they're going to be using Casanova's IG. Self-snitching is at an all-time high. With that being said, I don't want to be a part of any crimes. Don't tell me about no crimes. Don't encourage me about no crimes. If there's a situation that happens where I might need to commit a crime, I'm not. I just want all these things to be known. Because at the end of the day, Big Brother's always watching. You want to know why? Because we're always standing around saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. With that being said, if you got anybody still awake in your household, please give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here. And when we wake up in the morning, one of the first things we want to do is drink water. I usually drink the other water, but this is the water that I'm drinking right now. Shout out to this. Its pH balance is 9.5. Water. Get that water up in you. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.